So the shape mapper is actually a pretty fun one to use as it plugs in any sort of shape that you'd like into the node, and you can distort it based on a circle or a polygon path. So for example, let's just bring in a basic shape. We're gonna do, let's just do a disk for now. Let's bring the scale down a little bit. And we're gonna search again for the shape mapper node. From here, we're just gonna plug it in. And let's just plug in to our nodes and see what happens. So instantly you can see what's going on. It's basically taking the shape that you inputted, and it's kind of following the path of a circle. We can change it to a polygon if we want, and we can start messing with the pattern amount if we'd like. So let's just keep that circle for now. We could change the radius, we can change the width, we can change the rotation, and so on. The really cool thing about this is we can actually go back into this shape and start messing with it as well, so we can get some different results. So instantly right there we have almost like a cool flower that we can use on our and scatter around all over our texture. We can start messing with a paraboloid or any of these shapes that are in the shape node. And it's not only based on shape. We can actually plug in anything we want, really. So if we were to actually, let's just take this disk really quick. We're going to scale it down just a bit, and we're going to start tiling it. So now let's give it like a, let's give it like a weird angle. And we go back into this, you'll see that it's trying, the shape mapper is mapping the shape that we had from from the shape node onto like a circle shape. So we can start messing from here. We could get some really cool results if we wanted to. So let's do polygon and kind of see the same result if we were to bring these down. Um, Creating something like this might be difficult without the shape mapper node, so it's a really nice way to get some really intricate and interesting shapes down super quickly. So let's keep messing with this. Another cool way to utilize the shape mapper node is if we take something that we use, for example, the shape extrude node that we talked about earlier in the series. So if I, let's see if I can find it. Whoa. Shape extrude. So let's just go back into our shape extrude, and let's just take the star that we had been messing with earlier. Let's go back in the shape mapper. I'm gonna plug this back in here, and we're just gonna plug and see what happens. Let's see, let's do circle, let's do pattern amount, and let's bring that up. So instantly you can kind of see the result we're getting. It's mapping the star that we originally created onto the circle, and it's just duplicating around the edges, but it's also kind of following the contour of the circle. So if we actually go into here, or we can actually go back into this. Let's do vertical gradient. So we can start messing with this, and then we'll start creating some really cool shapes. Like that looks pretty cool. We'll go back into here, we'll scale it. And we're just, it's a really nice way to create some really interesting and intricate designs. So that pretty much sums up the shape mapper node. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's really cool to see what kind of shapes you can get out of this. Feel free to plug in whatever you like. If you have a node for it, just see what happens when you plug it into the shape mapper node. You might be surprised at the results you can get from it. Up next, I'll be covering the last and final node in the series, and that is the shape splatter node.